sprinkler. So we always try to put a clean out when we have really long runs. And you got a town catch basin. I couldn't get it. So what we're doing is we're bringing all our material in today. We're going to locate some electric lines under the ground, see where they are, since homeowner's not sure exactly where they are. Pool was put in before the homeowner bought this property. Okay, Tom's getting his locating equipment. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Okay, so what we're doing, the homeowner has a sump pump, and this is a line for the sump pump. It just runs on top of the ground. It's underground here, but then it comes back up above ground, and it just follows the fence all the way back to the back. I'll go back there in a second, but it's just above ground. He's going to be selling his house in the next year or two, so he doesn't think that looks very professional, so he just wants to have it switched, even though it has not given him any problem. But this is a sump pump. It comes out from here, and like I said, it just goes around the house and then along the whole fence. He is lucky enough to have a town catch basin in the backyard. But this is the sump pump, comes out of the house over there, so we'll be changing this. So right now we have to locate this electric line, plus over here on the other side of the stairs, there is an electric line right here. So Tom will be plugging into this plug, because that's hot, using his little jumper, attaching it to his receiver, and then locating the electric line to see where that is. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this sump pump, come out there, go across the grass here, continue the sump pump line through this area. Then we're going to go through here, and you go on the back side over here, and you got a town catch basin. Now, reason we're not going into this, he doesn't want to go through the permitting to do it, but that's not the only reason. See, the neighbor has a wall built on it. Can you see that? So, in order to get this grate up, that whole wall would have to come out. And I have no idea how big a wall that is or why it's even on here. So we're not touching that. But this is his sump pump that comes out of the house right now. It just drains right into here. So this is where we're going to be coming out. He just wants us to come out right here somewhere, and then just let the water flow down into here. And his sump pump only goes off in heavy rains. He doesn't have a tremendously wet basement. He does have a dehumidifier, fills up, then that will go off like once a week.
This is a foot and a half.
It's right there. A foot and a half.
1 foot 6 inches, we'll see.
Okay.
Mark there.
Good. Okay, it says it's a foot and a half down. He says he knows it goes here. that line.
I'll show you here.
Okay. Okay, so it's out there.
2.5 right here.
That makes sense that it's coming right off of there. The homeowner thought it was closer to the house, but it doesn't look like it.
There.
Alright, so this electric line goes this way and right over to here, which makes perfect sense. So then the pool lines are PVC, so we can't locate those. We just have to be real careful. And he also has a sprinkler system, which we cannot locate those. We'll just have to be careful when we're digging. All right, we're back this morning and now we're gonna work. Tom's gonna set up his string line. So what we're doing here, like I said, some pump line is coming out of here. Here, we're gonna put the freeze protection. You'll see how we do that when we do it. But the sump pump line is actually gonna be underground here. So he's just bringing it across here, and then we're gonna go that way and down. So let me get the paint gun. Good morning. Here, I'm not paying attention. I'm gabbing with the customer. All right, so want me to paint it? All right, so we got our line going back to there. Tom's trusted triangle. We try to get the angle as close as possible so we don't run into problems later on. And like I said, it's gonna come down to here. All right, so our pipe's gonna go like that. We'll go right through this bed.
Where are we coming out?
Well, I was gonna go through that one. All right, we're gonna try to cut the sod up and put it back. All right, so Tom's setting up the laser and we're sloping the receiver, and he measured 8 feet from the laser to here, and then he'll do a slope. What are you doing? 1%? 1% slope. So with this model, we have to manually do it. Close, right there. Perfect.
Even though this slope down, we want to make sure that we're right on our 1%.
Right. This right here is kind of flat, so So we want to make sure the slope's here, but as you can see, the ground definitely goes down, and it keeps going down all the way down to that catch basin,
Well, so
which
it
is
actually
definitely
goes
down.
and then it comes up and it goes down again. So
Yeah.
Once again, that's where the laser comes in.
So you can never go by the top of the ground. You want to make sure everything is pitched perfectly. So Tom's going to get a mini and bring it over here, and we'll dig this down. Once we get this measurement, we'll put the receiver on the boom of the mini, and that will have our gradual slope to 1% the whole way. And I have to be the spotter since we have no idea where the lines are, because this is a private utilities back here. So when you call in for the 811, they don't mark the backyards.
Something there.
Where?
Right here.
Here?
No. Where's the deck?
Stop. Concrete. Whatever that cement is pretty big. I think we can go next to it. Once I don't have to watch him, I'll dig down here. Seven inches exactly. All right, there's the receiver. We're in the way. So that way, Tom can follow that slope all the way down. Sprinkler! Sprinkler line right here. Sprinkler line, you're good. I don't know what it is, wait. Sprinkler. Don't dig.
This one's good.
Yeah, then if we need to go underneath.
I think I can go under. Why don't you try?
And that has to be lower if you go underneath, right? I think we can get under that. All right, now we got to turn that way. All right, so got one sprinkler line here. It's good. This sprinkler line is higher, so we're gonna have to go underneath, which it moves, so we can definitely go underneath of that. Now Tom's starting on that side. Okay, Tom's got to move and recalibrate the laser because we're going to a different angle now. So the slope direction has changed.
And we gotta dig down to 6 inches right there.
6 inches? Okay. I have to tie this up.
About 6 inches?
Yeah. I'm gonna tie this up. Teeny tiny bit more.
Huh?
A tiny bit more.
Fine.
Okay. Okay. That works once it snaps back on us. When you're digging, I gotta make sure I cut these side roots, otherwise we're gonna be pulling up. All right, so 7 inches up there. This is 6 inches, but the grade goes down already. So now he's gonna slope that 7 inches to this 6 inches and get our slope going down this way, if that makes sense to you. It works. Tom just said, we're bringing the laser down to meet this. Oh, it's getting close. A little bit more. One more. Good. Right there is good. Okay. Sprinkler line.
Where?
It might be okay. So Tom's going to be cutting here. Our pipe's going to go down, out underneath the deck. But this top part is going to be the freeze protection. It's going to go out there. We'll let that dry a minute. Right there?
It sticks out pretty far.
Just tell you exactly how much is sticking out. It's sticking out 2.5 inches.
Okay, and I need like an inch in here. In that pipe.
Oh. Want me to push?
Yep. Okay.
So we cut his 1.5 inch pipe here. Put this reducer on here, which actually enlarges it to 2 inches. Put this fitting on here. That is where the discharge is. And up here, this is the frost protection. So if anything ever happens to that pipe outside, this will have a cap on it on the outside, and you can just open it and the water can shoot out there. I'll show you that in a second. Here's the cap that goes on there. We'll let the glue dry first. Okay, this will be another clean out right here.
Can you put the level on there? Yes, it's dipping down.
Right here, it's fine.
So we'll just raise this up a little bit.
Okay, so I gotta go here. The E. Gotta get that in the dirt. Let's just see what it looks like.
Perfect.
Like I said, that is the frost protection, and it can be used as a clean out also. Show you under here. Oopsie. Oh, it's good I came under here. I forgot something. Forgot our mat under here. All right, so we tied into his 1.5 inches. All right, so here's a look at our pipe. We are going to fill this in because we want to put the sod back on because it's extremely hot and we don't want it to die. So the quicker we get it back on, the better. This will go down a little bit, so that will be right at ground level. Here we went on top of that sprinkler. This one we went underneath. And now we have plenty of fall going down. And we are going to stop right there for today. But we have plenty of pitch. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And then we have a lot of pitch going down that way. as much as we want. All right, so we'll fill this in. Okay, we definitely got to step on this, get this packed in, so go ahead. Go right over me. Okay, that's the only part that really needed that. Let me bring it closer to Tom. Now, if you can see how deep we are here because of the grade change.
Where are we coming out now? Here?
Here.
I can come out wherever you want. Let me see if I can move that stone.
We got about 10 more feet of trench to do and then we can start laying pipe. Okay, we got our trench all done. Gets deeper as we go. See how deep it is here? And then straight out all the way to down there. Ready? Okay.
Turn it a little bit. The other way. A little more. Okay.
Yeah, let it sit. All right, there's the clean out. And come over here, almost down to the end. There's the pipe. Well, you have to wait, showing a little, right? What do you want?
Right in the middle of the bottom, like.
Here's the bottom.
That's the bottom. Come up halfway.
Right there?
Yeah, a little more. Okay, good. That looks good to me. Let's go for it.
Okay, what are we doing now?
We can do some backfilling.
Yeah, do a little bit by hand first, or so I'll show you the pipe one more time before we fill it in. And today is one of those days that's a heat advisory, stay indoors. So we're only working a half a day. Plus they have the wildfires in Canada blowing our smoke here, so air quality is horrible. So we always try to put a clean out when we have really long runs. Doesn't hurt anything, it's just extra precaution. This sump pump does not run a lot. All right, this is how this is gonna go. It's gonna come out. We're gonna put that rock back there, and then we're gonna put a little grate on here, and that way no chipmunks or anything can get in there. But we want to make sure the length first, and then it will go right into here. Like I said, we could not go inside there this time. All right, Tom's gonna run the compactor over here, put this flag here so he doesn't hit that. And in this spot is where we hit that sprinkler line, and there was a little dent and a little scratch, but no water came out. So it didn't look like we broke it. But when we came here this morning, he ran a sprinkler at 4 o'clock, and this had a little pooling and a little puddling in here. So we want to make sure this isn't leaking. So we asked the homeowner to run a sprinkler, and then he's going to check it and see if there's any pooling or if it looks funny. Then we'll dig this back up tomorrow and fix that tomorrow. Don't want to damage any sprinkler lines. All right, we'll get working on backfilling a little bit before we go home. Need a rock over here. Is that perfect or what? All right. That looks good. All right, so we are back this morning to finish up. And there's that little spot that I told you might have a leak, and it does. So Tom is going to fix that right up, and then we'll be good to go. So we pinched a line right here. We can't feel a hole there. It's just pinched. And normally water comes out if you have a hole in it at the line. Yep. And that is called a slip coupler. Customer's going to turn it on.
Hey.
It's okay.
Oh, wait, it's right here.
Okay. Looks good, right? Okay. Sprinkler is on, and there is no leaks. Watch out, you're gonna get it. Yeah. Put this flag in here because it's really soft. Because we cut the line, a lot of water was in there, so it's really soft right now. Okay, we don't have much more to do, so let's get this all filled in over here. Okay, we're gonna try to put this back as best we can, but doesn't look good. I did bring grass seed. Just dump it right there, I can get it.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Unless we need it somewhere else.
Yeah, we will if you want.
Okay. Okay, you gotta put a critter guard on.
Out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want this like this?
Yep.
Nice. All right, that's what it looks like. This way no chipmunks or anything can get in there and store food for the winter, so that keeps them out. And he's aware that this might make erosion, and he will put some slate or something here if it happens. It just has to go over to here. And his sump pump mainly goes off because he has a dehumidifier down the basement. He doesn't have really a big water problem in the basement. It's just really just to do that. And occasionally in a very big storm, he might get a little water. This shouldn't go off that often. All right, we're just gonna use the customer's hose. He said there's no water to be sump pumped out. So we just put the hose in here, and that's the clean out. And I will go set this on the end. Got lots of grass seed down. Up, it's already flowing down. All right, so that is the hose. I found a little piece of slate. Not gonna help much. He's gonna have to get something. So it's really good they have one of these storm grates in the backyard. We put this back as best we could. We put seed. I have straw, but the concern is that it's gonna blow into the pool, and he waters every day. He's gonna water this twice a day, so you don't need the straw. We did have extra dirt, and we raised that up a little bit because that was really low. And in about 2 weeks, this will look great. You won't even know we were here. That's the clean out. And again, that's here. I'll give you one more look underneath the deck. There we go. We filled that whole wall back in too. So it looks good. All right, Tom and I want to thank you for watching the video. We appreciate it. And this was a fun one. Nice, quick, and easy. We did hit a sprinkler, but we did fix it. So one little casualty. So if you live in Central Jersey and you have mud in your yard, puddling, some kind of drainage issue, we tackle all kinds of drainage problems. Give us a call. Bye-bye.
Hey.